In 1 Kings, we read about Solomon. And Solomon became king in Israel. Yeah, I see that. Solomon became king, and as part of becoming king, he's talking to God, and God says, ask for anything you want, and Solomon asks for wisdom, which, by the way, right answer. And that's one of the few things Solomon did that was the right answer. He made a lot of wrong choices in his life, but one of the things he did that was very right is he said, I want wisdom because I got to lead this people, and that's going to take wisdom. And it sure did. And the biggest example that we have of Solomon's wisdom, the classic example, here's how we can see how much wisdom God gave him, is there's a story of two women that gave birth and were mothers. And one of them, her child died on accident. Really, really sad. And we'll read the story a little bit later today. But one of them, the child dies, and they're living in the same house, in the same building. And so before morning, she switches the babies. She says, I want that one that's still alive, and she takes the baby, and she's like, this is mine. And the other woman wakes up and goes, there's a dead baby here. Oh boy, this is sad. And it's not mine. So they go to Solomon, and boy, I mean, people couldn't resolve this dispute. Today, you do a DNA test. It's pretty simple. Fingerprint test will work too. They fingerprint them when they leave the hospital. So you've got fingerprints, you've got DNA. It'd be very easy to find out whose child this is. But this is, not today. They don't have, they have fingerprints, but they don't know how to check them. They don't have them on file. They have DNA, of course they do, but they don't know what it is, and they have no way to check that. So how do you figure out whose baby this is? And the courts couldn't figure it out. The judges couldn't figure it out. So it gets all the way to the king. And essentially going to the king is like going to the Supreme Court today. This has been appealed, and they're like, we don't know whose baby it is. How are we supposed to decide who's the mother of the living child? And Solomon has a test. Solomon, he hears what they have to say, and he sees these two women, and he says, bring me a sword. And people are looking at him like, what's this? He says, okay, here's what we're going to do. We don't know who the mother is. We're going to cut the baby in half. You each get half. That is disturbing. He's not going to do it. Don't worry. That's not his plan. One of the women says, I'll take mine. One of the women says, whoa. I love that child. I'd rather she gets the baby than any harm comes to the child. Solomon says, aha, the one that loves the child, that's the mother. She gets to keep him. The other one, she's the one that's lying. She's clearly not the mother. And the Bible assures us that it was the true mother that got him. But even if it wasn't, let's say Solomon had been wrong, and the wrong one says, I'll keep the child alive, then she's the mother. There's only one person there that's acting like a mother, and there's one person there that's acting like it's all about her. So what was my point in this story right now? My point was wisdom. One of the highest standards of wisdom that we see are given in the Bible is recognizing that mothers love their children. If you haven't learned that lesson yet, go talk to a mom. They're nodding their heads. They love their kids. And God loves how you love your kids.